Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Let's Talk About It, Jen. But I am doing a special interview, the swag of a king. I have Mr. New Breed Nye here with me, and he's going to be
Yeah.
talking to us about what he's got going on, this special album that he has released. Y'all, the music is so dope. Y'all need to make sure y'all check this out. So, Mr. Evans, let us
What's up? What's
know
up?
who you are.
What's
Let us
going
know
on?
what your name is, who you are, and where you're from.
What's going on, everybody? I go by the name Mr. New Breed Nye from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm tapping in right now with Miss Jen, and finna get to know me. Go from here and let's see how we do it.
Absolutely. All right. So, how long have you been in the music industry? Tell us a little bit of history about you.
A little bit of history. Well, a little bit about me. I've been doing music for quite some time. I actually started out playing sports into college, but then after that happened, I dove into the industry hard. Quick backstory. I know this is gonna sound like a big jump, but about 4 or 5 years ago, I got my first open. Got to open up for Days Loaf, and then I opened up for Lil Uzi and the Migos in about 2016, and then just kind of kept pushing from there, and kind of just kept doing a lot of open mics, a lot of everything, and just put my name out there. And yeah, it's just been kind of growing from there. So I'm
That's
excited.
dope. I read that about you, and I was like, dang, how did you get in all of that? Like Dish Loaf and
Yeah.
Amigos. How did you get connected with them?
So when I first started, I was going around, like I said, just performing everywhere. I didn't care really where I wanted to perform. I just know needed to get my name out there, get some
Yeah.
type of buzz, get type of something circulating around the city of Atlanta. And so what happened, the Dej Loaf incident was at Kennesaw State University. Both of these was at colleges. So I went,
Nice.
performed at Kennesaw State. I had did like their fashion show, and then they hit me back to come back and then do this event. Like, well, we got this artist coming in the spring. Would you like to come open up and be a part of that? And I was like, yeah, of course. And the same thing happened with Migos and Lil Uzi at Clark Atlanta. Clark had been booking me. I've been going up there performing. Like I was performing like in their cafeteria, all over campus, just getting my name out. And then when one of the young ladies, the head ladies over the SGA program, was like, well, we bringing Uzi and the Migos down, and we want to get you to come open up. So I was just like, man, of course. And after that, like everything just kind of took a little turn. It's like, okay, yeah, things really started growing for the better.
That's awesome. Well, hey, I hope that they call you and say, "Hey, can you open for me in Hollywood and in New York and all over the place?" Because the album is
Right.
dope. Listen,
Right.
when I listened to the music
Thank
on YouTube, I was like, "Okay, it's got a little vibe to it. I like it." And
you.
then when you dropped the new album, I was like, "Ooh, okay, I like this."
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the songs that you have on the new album because it's a
New
little
album.
bit different from the music that you have been doing. So, what was your inspiration?
Well, the new project that Miss Jen's talking about, "Love Me Before They All Do."
Uh-huh.
The inspiration behind that was just really wanting to put a perspective on understanding like your level up. Like I feel like it attracts to so many people because of just that saying "Love me before they all do." It's just like I'm speaking for everybody. Like whatever you're doing, whatever the job you may be about to get, if you're about to get a degree or something like this, like you need to love me right now because when I do take that next step, it's gonna be, it's gonna be over. I'm gonna be like, baby, like you're not gonna be able to have that much access to me as much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that type of thing. And I wanted the records on there to show that, I think from having fun, like the sipping record, and then I have some love records, and I have some records where I'm talking about being heartbroken, where you should have stuck around and that type of thing. So it touches on pretty much every little aspect, like involving, that life point. So I think that's where
Absolutely.
the connection is really drawn from a lot of people that's listened to the project.
Okay. Yeah. And I did get that vibe. And I agree. I think a lot of entrepreneurs, especially, they don't have very many people with them or on their side when they first get going. But then when they start popping and they start being popular, it's like, oh, hey, how you do? Nope.
Right.
You should have loved me
Right.
before everybody else did.
You did, for sure, for sure. And I mean that, and I'm like, I got so much humility behind me. It's just like, that's the thing. I be wanting people to know that it's just like, bro, it's okay. It's okay to grow and to outgrow people, because
Right.
I just feel like everybody, you know, isn't a part of always to go on your journey with you. Like, you know, I lost so many people, that close people that I thought was going to be around forever, to this music stuff and just growing and entrepreneuring. And it's just like, the more and more you grow, you start to see individuals for who they really are and that type of thing. So it's real. It's definitely real.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you said that, because I think as an entrepreneur, a lot of them think that their family and their friends, the people that have been around them for the longest, are going to continue to support them. And it doesn't always happen that way. So it's good to hear you say that, you know, kind of touch on your experiences as far as, you know, losing people and, you know, coming up from the bottom literally and being where you are. What was that journey like for you?
It's been quite a journey, and it's still a journey. You know, some of the people, for me, it's just like now, it's like you kind of want to see like those, how can I say it? You look for those congratulations and thank yous from certain individuals.
Right.
And when you don't get those thank yous or congratulations from certain individuals, then it makes you feel a certain type of way. Like, you know, I see everybody else is telling me thank you, congratulations, you're doing such and such. But when it's not coming from those type of individuals that you ride with, that you just know, you know what I'm saying, it hit different. So it's been a struggle, but it's been something I've been balancing and just kind of adjusting with. And, you know, just kind of going back. So that's what I would tell anybody, you know, and when you want to grow and you want to take things and you see the vision for yourself at a completely higher level, everybody's not going to understand your vision and where you want to do. So, you know, you gotta be okay with, I think, isolation sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of that point. So I think
you grow in your isolation. Absolutely. Because then you can put everything into perspective and do what it is that you need to do. I love that. I love that. Okay, so what's next for New Breed Nye? What do you have plans for?
What is next? Okay, so we are about to put the album out. I'm actually about to have a billboard go up next week in my city. So we about to put up it's my first billboard. So yeah, we're gonna do that. COVID has really killed everything. I don't even honestly know about performing right now. Everything is really just digitally. I don't know if you've seen on my page, we had, before the album party, we sold out. I did the movie theater. I had rented out the movie theater for this album release party, and we sold out the movie theater. So that was really cool. Yeah.
That's dope.
So yeah, it was really cool. So and so I really want to perform, man, but right now I just don't know what's going on or what's going to happen.
So yeah, that was going to be my next question as far as with COVID and everything. Like, how have you been able to manage it? I mean, I know with a lot of artists, you know, y'all are used to going out and performing at different venues and different parties and stuff like that. So how have you adjusted to that, or have you adjusted to it?
Yeah, I've adjusted, and I think the biggest thing is just understanding, like, when we talk about entrepreneurship, like, yeah, I'm an artist, but I feel like for me, I'm a businessman first. So with that, having the merchandise, so yeah, you know what I'm saying, being able to, my merch does really well for me. That actually helped me, you know, when things went crazy last year when the pandemic, you know, merchandise sales started going up, and when, you know, so doing that and just trying to see really what's next. One thing I like to do out here that I get booked to do, I host a lot of the high school basketball games in my area, like just, you know, and doing the music for them. So I've been able to be on that. But as far as shows, you know, it's kind of dead right now. But just trying to keep different streams in, working with different artists, writing some music for some different artists as well. So yeah, it's coming. So, but you know, I definitely want to get back to performing for sure.
That's good. Okay, so yes, since you mentioned the apparel, we have to talk about the merch. Go ahead and introduce the merch to the world.
Okay, so yeah, my line is New Breed Nye apparel. Right now, I'm wearing my Love Me Before They All Do. This is my sweatshirt.
Nice.
But I also have a whole lot of everything. I got crop tops for the women, NBN crop tops, sweats. I got a whole line. Just newbreednie.com. The blessing is the merch is right now being currently worn in 7 different countries. So
nice.
Outside of the US, yeah. So
congratulations on that.
Thank you. I got an order like last month from Jamaica, and I think that was really cool. Then price previous to that was like Colombia. Yeah, that was the last 2 countries. So I was just like, man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy how everything is happening in the middle of a pandemic. Like,
in the middle of a pandemic.
Thriving. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you. Okay, so last question, and this is the $1 million question that I ask all of my entrepreneurs. When you are coming across somebody that is trying to get into the music industry and wanting to excel the way that you have, what advice would you give to them to keep pushing and to keep moving forward?
I think the advice that I would give anybody, like if I look back on how I started, would be first find yourself and then find your brand. Yeah. Find yourself, then find your brand. Your brand gonna take you places where the music can't. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna put you in doors that your music and different opportunities can't. Once you find your niche and what you want to do, and you find your brand and how you want to promote and create your aesthetic and how everything follows, I feel like the music, that's just, icing on the cake for real. Like, that's what I would tell anybody. Before you just go out, do it. I was just going around running, really willy-nilly performing, not really knowing who I am, who I wanted to be as an artist, right. And, who I wanted to be as an individual at that time, before I just kind of sat back and then recollect and be like, okay, let's move about this a whole different way. Let me strategize and see, can I do, So right. Find yourself, find your brand. It is.
There it is. Well, there you have it, folks.
Yeah.
New Breed Nye. Y'all make sure y'all check out the album, Love Me Before They All Do. It is dope. Listen, and my favorite song, y'all, is Sippin'. So hopefully he will let me play a little bit of that as we end this show. And just let everybody know how they can reach you, how they can get in touch with you, book you. How do they get in contact with you?
I can go. Everything is New Breed Nye. You can go to newbreednie.com. Bookings at newbreednie.com. Instagram, New Breed Nye. Twitter, Facebook, everything, New Breed Nye. So
all across the board. All righty, sir. Well, thank you so much for allowing me to interview you and gracing our space with your presence. We will definitely keep in touch because I know this is not going to be the last album. So I want to make sure that everybody knows what you got going on, sir. So thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to say before we go?
Thank you, Miss Jen. I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me come on your platform, share the space with you, like you said, and it's been cool. We gotta do this again.
No problem. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Well, guess what? That's it. We just talked about it. So peace out.
Pour it up. I need the whole thing. 2 shots on rocks, no floss. That's just the goal, man. I sip, you sip, we sip, just sip it slow, man. The gas up the propane, that's just all I know, man. I'm sipping, I don't feel off in the club with a limping. Should I buy another round? I'm tempted, so tempted, I'm tipsy. I'm sipping, the fitted dress so tight that it's gripping. Baby girl, you don't caught my attention. I got the tickets, we sipping. Shots, I need a shot or 2. Before I leave this club, baby, I need my shot at you. My entry so smooth through the back door. She all in my ear, need a back, bro. She ain't playing no games, collect all the chains. Monopoly money, she pass go. Lip mama a vibe, just look at her eyes. She bite down on lips, I bite down on mine. She tell me come here and don't say it twice. It's not that I'm here for the night. See, big dog, I'm status. I'm big dog, I'm having that link up.